This is part 2 of how to create and complete a read for a reevaluation where we are not doing formal testing. And we are continuing with Barney Rubble. We will focus on review of existing evaluation data. The first section here, review existing evaluations including current classroom-based local or state assessments and classroom-based observations. This is a good place to put the current benchmark testing. So if you go on that icon, you'll see all these public statements. I've saved some private statements, and you can do that too. Just need to select the private statements, you push edit statements, and then you can put any information in there that you'd like, and then save it. So these are some common ones that I use. And then I'm going to separate them out. Some of these are benchmarks, and then you can see how I put the whisk. I also reviewed previous evaluation data, so I'm going to put that in there too. I like to be a little bit more specific here. Winter benchmarks, winter Lexile, and then put the date of this whisk when it was completed. Okay, and then I think most of you know you can pull that box down, make it bigger, expand it. Then I will put in the information, the data that goes with each of those assessments. And I've saved, again, under private statements, just to save some time when completing the read. These titles will pop up, make it a little faster. Okay, and then I like to separate them just to make it easier to read. And then you put the data in. Now I'm not going to spend time putting all the data in here, but just so you can get the idea. Okay, so that's the information from the top part. Benchmark assessments, any existing evaluation data that you reviewed, put that in here. For the middle section, review teacher and related service provider observations, that's a good place to put current progress monitoring information. So I saved a statement, and then I'll put down how Barney's doing with his progress monitoring because I reviewed that. So you can be more specific than that if you'd like. This is also a good place to put report card information. So we can put the grades down. And then the electives, any other classes can be put down there. And then if this student has any other related services, which Barney does, he has social work. The social worker needs to put down some information about his progress. And again, be as specific as you can be with that. And I'm going to put 2017, put winter. Okay, so we have the middle section completed, and then the parent input information. Now, probably around 3 or 4 months before a reeval is due, Cheryl Terman sends out a parent input form. And sometimes that comes back and sometimes it doesn't. So if you don't see that parent input in the student's documents, that means that we do have to send another parent input form out when we send this read. So right now I'm going to put down parent input. This is actually parent contact when I talked with them about the read coming home. I'm going to put the date and what Mrs. Rebel said. Okay, and then if you do have a parent input form, you could put it down here, put the date on it, and put information from that down here. And then also, I just wanted to mention up here, if there were outside evaluations that the parent gave to us, we would put that information up here as well. Now this part will all disappear as soon as I click on that. And this just shows that we have reviewed the information. We don't need any more data on Barney. And so I will put a statement in here. Just to show that he continues to be eligible. And the one thing that you want to remember is to make sure you get the right eligibility here when you're writing that in. And then under options considered, well, we did consider a formal reevaluation. And we decided not to perform a formal evaluation because his current eligibility is appropriate. I have trouble with that word. You could also put, if you wanted to put something about you considered norm referenced achievement and IQ testing on this side under considered options and reason not selected, you could put dates of the previous testing. That would be a little bit more specific. And save that. And this is what the completed form looks like. And that's the end of how to complete a read that does not require a formal reevaluation.